Yo, you know what time it is. You know what time it is. It's your boy Trevor David Climate back up at it. And as you can see here, we've got the newest Aptera video with the CEOs Steve Fambro and Chris Anthony ready to say something, it looks like. But before we jump in, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. So let's do this. Aptera, one of the key parts of my channel that I've covered, just because it's a great idea, a solar-powered vehicle that's also an EV. But you can plug it in, but potentially it can completely run off the sun for some drivers, which is insane, but which is also what you want. So this is their newest video. Let's see what they're talking about. Let's jump right in.
Every morning the sun rises and offers us something remarkable.
Yes.
Free, clean, limitless energy. And Aptera was built to use it.
We spent years designing and engineering a vehicle with onboard solar charging, which is so efficient that for some users it can potentially run on sunlight alone. No gas station, no charging station, just the sun. We call that freedom.
The world needs clean transportation. Europe is building for it, Asia is investing billions in it, and millions of people are choosing it for cleaner air, quieter cities, and a better quality of life.
Our government had a choice: back the energy of the past or make room for the future.
They chose, and they didn't choose you.
Clean air isn't a political position.
Okay.
Clean air is
Right.
what your kids breathe, and people in charge decided it wasn't worth fighting for.
Aptera doesn't need a subsidy to build an ultra-efficient vehicle. We already did that. But Americans need a government that fights for their future as hard as it fights for the past.
So here's what we're asking. Don't wait for Washington. The future is being built right now, and you can be a part of building it.
Tell someone about Aptera today. Your neighbor, your coworker, your family, anyone who will listen. Every person who sees what's possible is one more voice for the world we all want.
Follow us on YouTube and social media. Share this video. Every view, every comment, every share tells the world and the market that clean transportation isn't a trend, it's where we're going.
And Aptera is now publicly traded on the NASDAQ under the ticker symbol SEV. Every investment is a direct vote for the future you want to see. Not someday, not when it's politically convenient, but now.
The Earth doesn't care about news cycles. It gives us clean air, clean water, and a sun that rises every morning, offering more energy than we could ever use.
We started Aptera because we looked at that and thought we can do better. We still believe that.
The path is here. The technology is real. The only question is how many of us will choose it. We hope you'll choose it with us.
Okay. By Aptera, and specifically by the CEOs, this is my favorite video that they've ever done, and I'm going to tell you why. They actually said something in this video. They said quite a few things, but they said something. Like, man, this is dope. This is my favorite video from them, period. They directly called out the government, which is great. This is not a stance you see many like public figures take, or also publicly traded companies, but this is what we need in life. This is what we need. As they said, the earth doesn't care about news cycles. I like this video because they clearly get it. They get it from what I can tell from this video. We've seen the vehicles, we've seen the technology. So you're like, oh, the car, it's cool, it's coming out, blah, 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 blah. But this is really giving a deeper dive into who these dudes really are. Because they both seem pretty chill. CEOs, building a car, a little solar energy, blah, blah, blah. Nah, underneath that exterior, like they're really like that. They're really about that. And you can get it from this video. They're trying to make some real change. Not necessarily, make money. Obviously, they want to, have some sort of profit, or just have the status of having a business. No, they're actually trying to do something, which obviously I like. And this video actually conveys that. Yeah, they said a lot. They said a lot of great things. They said, the government has chosen and they didn't choose you. When talking about, the recent reinvestment in coal power, and how, the quote unquote, our current administration is really kind of like trying to stop clean energy to some extent. And, we all to varying degrees know the reasons behind this. We don't really have to get too deep into that, but they are, which is absolutely, if it weren't so dangerous, which it is, it's just silly. It's ludicrous. Like, bro, stopping, clean energy, because as I've said in most of my videos, clean energy is vastly more profitable than any form of fossil fuel because it's so inexpensive to set up. Solar panels, even wind, all of it. Fossil fuels are extremely expensive to even go drill for. $100 million for exploration in a lot of cases in the ocean. It's not cheap and the margins are very low. The point is, they, even the people in power, they know this, that it's a lot more profitable just to do clean energy. In addition to being what we legitimately need, but they're so used to drilling for fossil fuels. That's my explanation, is that they're just used to doing it, which is insane. But that's like the real reason. They're just so embedded in the process emotionally. You know what I mean? So that's how we got to this point. But so to try and block to try and block clean energy it's silly, considering every factor. But that's kind of what we've been dealing with. And, reinvesting in coal and all this kind of stuff. And man, he said it, the earth doesn't care about news cycles. That's such a great quote. And that was really like the main quote in this video among many quotes that let me know that these dudes are actually plugged in. Pun completely intended. They're plugged in. They get it. Like, they're like, okay, this isn't really about, trying to line your pockets or so on and so forth, or saying we made this vehicle. Nah, man, like, the title of my channel is Trevor David Climate. Like, that's the whole title of my channel. Climate change, it's literally a life or death scenario. Not to get all doom and gloom, but like, I mean, come on. I don't need to explain this anymore. You can go watch any one of my videos. It's a life or death type scenario. And of all the videos I've seen, of everything that I've, tuned into them and, just kind of watched Aptera, this video of all of them shows me that they actually get it. Like, they're like attuned to what's actually going on. I like that, man. I like that. This is a great video. Like I said, CEOs are usually kind of chill, kind of, stay off in the cut a little bit. And especially for publicly traded companies, they really don't say like too much, like, this is how I really feel. But they did in this video specifically. And to say I like it is an understatement. I actually love it. It's just, this is what we need. Yeah, this got me hype. Totally happy to see this. And aside from that, in addition to that, they're right. I mean, obviously I agree with them. I mean, nothing they said is incorrect. It's just facts. Another great quote, in addition to the earth doesn't care about news cycles, which it doesn't, clean energy is not a political issue. It's crazy to me. Like I think I've said it in some of my previous videos. I come from an engineering background, studied mechanical engineering. So like, and many other engineers feel like this. When you're talking about climate change in the atmosphere and, carbon dioxide, it's not political. It's just scientific. It's just numbers. If you pump more of these gases into the atmosphere, it's going to, destroy the atmosphere and eventually, more or less destroy the planet. Or it's going to make it so that we can't live here. It's going to make the planet uninhabitable. This isn't like, propaganda or trying to sneak over any agenda. It's like if you pick something up and drop it and it falls down, gravity. Is gravity political? I don't know. Is it? I'm kidding. Gravity's not political. It's just facts. Like, and that's how really engineers, I think scientists feel about it. So when you cross over to the political realm and it becomes like this really emotionally charged, like, personal issue, it's very strange to like those who are not in that. It's like, why are you getting so geeked over this? Like, why is this getting you so emotionally charged? The concept of climate change and that fossil fuels. A lot of people can't handle it. They go insane. But it's not. I agree with them, and they're right. It's not a political issue. Clean air, I know they know this. It's not just clean air. It's literally like the state of the atmosphere of the planet. But they know this. So, yeah, it's not emotional. It's not political. It's just facts. So it's just numbers, literally. So they're right about that too. This is something we got to fix. There's nothing more or less to it than that. It's really, literally just that simple. So, I mean, obviously I agree with them, they're right. They said a lot in this video. The video is only a couple minutes long, but in every video that they made up to this point, this is what they said the most of any other video in this video, and they actually said something. They said a few things actually. So that's why I love this video. I'm glad I saw this. I'm glad they made this. And really that's all I got. That's all I got. Man, yeah, this got me hype. This got me hype. I love making these videos. Obviously, I'm gonna keep watching Aptera because yeah, they get it. This really did give me hype, man. It did. It did. So on another note, I just completed my ebook, the Clean Energy Handbook. The Clean Energy Handbook. You can get it on Amazon. I'll put a little image up here. Yeah, man, took a couple months to write. I wrote it, designed it myself. So get that. It gives the basics of what clean energy is, energy in general, how we use it, climate change, the basics of climate change, and what we can do to reverse it, to get back on track. So check that out. Doesn't cost too much. It's there on Amazon. Get you a copy, man. You know, we all got to pitch in this fight against climate change, or really against, like, you know, kind of the way the world is kind of set up, the way things are set up. We've all got to pitch in. We've all got to do our part. And it's completely possible to change it, but we all, you know, just got to do something. So check that book out. It's up there. You can get it today. You can get it right now. And that's it. That's all I got for y'all. Hey, man, stay up. This video got me hype. Buy electric. Y'all know what I'm going to say. We're on the right track. We can do this, okay? We can do this. Peace.